Hello and welcome to Community Chats. I'm your host, Aley Hammer. Today on the show, we have Rob Taylor, a solution architect here at AWS, who's here to talk to us about two pizza teams. So Rob, I've worked at Amazon Web Services for 3 years now, and I've heard the term quite a bit, but can you tell us what is a two pizza team?
Sure, it's exactly what it sounds like. So it's a team that's small enough to be fed by two pizzas.
Okay, I've got a husband who's 6'8". How many people are we talking about?
So not 8 of your husband, but about 8 people in general. That's usually the limit that we look for on teams.
Okay, and why do we have two pizza teams?
Basically, the idea is, you want to have a team that's small enough that everyone understands what's going on. Everyone has a clear sense of what they need to work on, and there's a sense of ownership there as well. It's your service, and you know the people who are working on it with you, and you know what you guys have to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are there examples of when you need bigger teams?
Sure. Yeah, I've seen the services kind of expand, and people start to say, especially when I work with customers, like, our developer team needs to grow. We need to have more people working on this. And oftentimes it's a sign that maybe the scope of an individual service has gotten too large. Sometimes you need to sit down and say, actually, we have 2 separate components here, and we want to have a clear sense of ownership for each of them. And separating those out and having owners for those individual components can be a real benefit.
Yeah, it makes sense. Can you give us an example, actually, of when you've worked in a two-pizza team here at AWS?
So the roles that I've been working in haven't been roles with two pizza teams, but my wife is also an AWS employee.
Okay.
And she's worked on a few different software engineering teams here where the two pizza team principle really applies. And there's some of the biggest services in AWS. She's worked on Amazon EC2, she's worked on the networking components, and she's also worked on Amazon RDS. And each of the teams she's worked on have been scoped down to the point that a handful of engineers can sit there and actually develop and contribute meaningful work.
Rob, thank you so much for your time today and all your insights. Really appreciate it. See you next time.